Good morning, guys. Welcome to this Thursday, April 2nd. And I guess yesterday was April Fool's. Market, the market rally was just a big joke. Right back down again. And I don't think he even said anything weird. It was nothing really in that speech which was surprising to anyone would pay attention. So, okay. So it is the market that's absolutely completely reversed pretty much everything from yesterday and then some. And then they're still heading lower. So there you go. So here was your yesterday's little rally after the reversal in the March reversal. They'll pop this April 1st, and this is your April Fool's joke right there. And then right now they have given everything back in the overnight, and then some. Oil is up to almost 110. New highs on oil. So that is most likely the reason for it. But why? I can't really make that out. Nothing is what he said yesterday was going to be any surprise. If you listen to various most of them fairly reliable news outlets. So then you'll get at least an idea what's going on there. But yeah, well, it's what it is, and we are heading lower, and we'll see how shitty it's going to get. So the overnight has been just a exercise in selling. I saw this after the speech yesterday. They were just heading lower. I was almost tempted to trade it, but it was so volatile, and I think we still have 100% margins on. I haven't seen an email from AMP yet say taking it off. I'll go check again. But it's if the margins are still at 100%, it's going to be difficult to trade anything in more than one seat, two seats. So even the micros are up like $500 a contract if you do the full size. So you're going to be pretty much a risk off kind of day is what it feels like. But freaking April Fool's joke on us, right? So there you go. I thought it had it may not be April Fool's. That's the middle pun right there, but the end of March window dressing and yesterday's trading felt very much like um, we had a shot at going. We had a shot, but it was more of a dead cat bounce from the lows. So we're right back down again, and let's see how bad it's going to get. We are back below the 65.20s, and so that's traders from the short side of the market look to sell strength at this point against the 65.30s. What is that? 25s, 65.25 to 30s, 65.50s. If they can get up above that 65.50s, at that point we're going to be up here in this upper area, and I think we may have a shot at doing something at this staying range bound. But right now, it feels very much like yesterday's trading was just one big joke. Mind the rumor, sell the fact. Window dressing from the 31st. A little bit of move into the little bit of extension going into the April 1st trading day, and then slamming it. So I think that everyone's looking for an excuse, I guess, to take the money back off the table. So we are back down again. Let's see. Now we'll see if they can make a stand or not. So I'm trading it from the short side of the market, looking to sell strength 65. Well, actually 65.15 is the first one, 65.25, 65.50. Those three levels. If they trade above that 65.50, I may consider a retracement trade. I'm going to give it a little bit more room than that. I want to see it get back up above that 65.80s. So we have all these levels in between here. So get up above that 65.80s. I'll start thinking long side of the market again. And then we have a shot at retracing something. But right now I'm looking to sell all the way up to that 65.80 level. So 65.50s, 65.60s, 70s, and 80s, all potential short opportunities. Now, and when they take out if they take out the London high, we may see there may be an opportunity for a long trade, but just do that with a bit of caution. If you're going to trade it on the long side, don't expect big runs. You may get one, but I think the short side is going to be dominating. As you can see here, it's all little pops to the upside and then selling, pops to the upside and selling. And I mean, so you try to get on the way down as they start extending to the downside. That's the natural entry in terms of that's just the natural comfortable entry. Things are moving lower to hop on a bandwagon just to get like 5 points and then reverse 10, right? So here you have 10 points, reverse five. So you just don't know what you're gonna get. So you're looking for the retracement to get short. Anything up to the tablet, it's a potential area. So I would give it a little bit of room, one, maybe 2 bars of retracement, and then when you get close to the tablet, may try one, or may wait for a tablet trade, or just sit on the sidelines until things calm down a bit, because it's right now pretty reasonably volatile, I should say. We'll see how the day session kicks in. Nasdaq, same story there, looking to sell strength on that guy. Also massive reversal. You can see here, April Fool's joke on us, right up here to reverse retest in the 360s. And you always like to see that dead cat bounce and the continuation. So yesterday's continuation got the hopes up just a little bit before they hammered it. And it feels very much like they used the whatever the address was as an excuse to take the money back off the table. And it's just taking it off. They ran up the market into the quarter end to get their bonuses. And yeah, Mihail, trading for a long side after the overnight. Yeah, do it once, maybe twice, then you realize it's not working. That's again net selling is what's been going on. And you can tell. I mean, if it's if you're not getting, if you try retest failures, nice, because I mean it's initially if you're trading the overnight, you got down to some levels where it potentially could be a long trade setup. If you were watching it and you have a potential setup and it doesn't work, and they start taking those out, then yeah, being wrong once or twice is fine. Staying wrong is not. But I mean, if you look at this area over here on the ES on the top left corner, then you can see it like, yeah, you're stalling at the tablet. You got a little bit of rotation there. Maybe if I scroll back a little bit, so you had a few rallies here, which was like, okay, fine, they go back and forth, they're stalling. But then if you're looking at in the bigger picture, if you just take up the F2 and you watch what they're doing there, get down a little bit. There you go. You can see the stalled right here in this area between that 65.15 and 65.50s. And what is that area? That area, again, is just exactly this 65.15, 65. This is the support area. So you get into this congestion area, that's when they start go back and forth and stall a bit. And that looks like they're taking it out. So at this point, there's nothing really below us in terms of major support in the last 180 days at least, which is going to be in front of us. So we'll see. We only had to lean against the the trading days from the couple from last week. You're looking at this on the ES right now. We're retracing the single print ages. We're going to find support here at the 64.95 next, and we're probably going to get down there. Same on the Nasdaq, heading lower. We're going to retrace these single prints all the way down here to the 23.570s. So I would keep trading it from the short side of the market. Be mindful. Everyone sees this, so even if it's net selling going on, you'll find a spot where they try to run it higher, and it could get violent. They run it higher and they shake out all these weak positions, and then they just keep going lower again from there. So it could be one of those days. Could be really treacherous to trade, but it's the last trading day also before. Or last full trading day before the Easter holiday. The market's going to be open tomorrow, by the way. I'm not going to open the room, but the market's going to be open until after the employment situation announcement, because that's what's coming out tomorrow. And that's going to be something. So if you want to trade that, by all means, but remember the market closes. So you can't get stuck in a position and sit in. It's going to be a bad thing if that happens. Looking at the news, though, news this morning, we have a challenging job cut report, 60,000, a little bit higher than last time around. We get international trade at 8:30, jobless claims, and that's about it. So not a lot of news to drive the market. I think it's all about risk off. risk off given the oil prices is up to 110 right now, and you see it just keeps going higher. Yeah, it is pretty crazy on oil right now. So they're steadily heading higher, and I can't put my finger on what caused oil to trigger like that. It's nothing was said yesterday. As I said, it came as a surprise, at least to myself. Everything's been talked about in the news all over the time. So, and you can see the various tweets come out and what if scenarios, and I haven't heard anything on the news about uh, anything new, different happening, or any ground troops or anything like that happening. So we'll see when we hear something about it. But right now, it's a risk off mode. Traded on the short side of the market. On the Nasdaq, I would look to sell strength as well. Against right now against the 750s, 820s, up to the 890s for rotations down. Above the London high, a couple more levels up. I think I had to move to the different chart to really see that. And back to the capital flow on the Nasdaq here. If they start taking out this area right here, that four-letter edge at 960, they can get up above this area. I would be more excited about the long side. As long as they stay below it, I'm thinking that they may be just running through these congestion areas, and we may find ourselves down here testing the lows again. So will not be surprised if that happens. The risk off kind of a day. I'm going to be trading it from the short side. Only thing today, which is your enemy, even if you know what the direction is volatility. In other words, they snap it back, they take it like right now in the Nasdaq and the ES. You both see what happened. They just took out the low with literally just a few ticks, a few points, then they reversed it right back up again. So if you try to get short on the way down here, you'll just get hammered. So you can lose money on the right direction, or you have to repair it, and then if you just take it a little bit higher, you get run over anyway. So you want to get short on one of these when the little S start forming. That's when you have a pullback occurring. It's pretty obvious. You want to sit there and see at what point, see how far you can take it before you're willing to step in front of it, because that's kind of what you have to do. Step in front of it. You're not getting any retest on these ones. It's just V tops, up and down, up and down. So you kind of have to just take your shot and hope it doesn't run you over. And when you get one of these, when you start taking it higher, and then you get you caught. So it is it's going to be pretty treacherous, I think, trading today. So I'm probably going to sit on the sidelines for a little bit. I was tempted to do something with this in the morning, but as I said, it's like it's they've been selling it off all the way. I'm just waiting for a little snapback on this to shake out the scare the aggressive short, get them all spooked up, and then shake them out of the market, and then maybe the big selling continues. So we are heading higher. Let's see how far they're going to take it. On the bond market, we are back down again a bit. So down to the 112.28, stalled there, retraced a little bit. So let's see how the bond market reacts. They took out the 1316 in the overnight. That puts put us on the short side of the on bonds. But see now they're up here trying to retrace these single prints. If that starts happening, maybe have a shot at something, but retracing back up to above the 1316. But right now I'm staying on a short shot on the bond as well, looking to sell strength against the 1310s and the 1316s for rotations down. About 1316, I'm just going to take off the short bias and go back range bound. That's the bonds. Pretty straightforward there. So everything has kind of turned on us right now, and just so you know, it's we talked about it on Friday. We talked about it on yesterday. The fact that this whole rally could be very much a dead cat bounce based on the end of the quarter kind of trading, wrapping up, closing books, getting your bonus payouts, And right now we are, I think, seeing that. And that can certainly keep going. So I don't know if they're going to keep this going to the downside, or they're going to find support somewhere here. They are down in the support area. So with all this net selling, I would probably be expecting a little bit of a shakeout rally to occur. If that happens before the open or at the open or it's just anyone's guess. So it's just a matter of sitting on the sidelines for a bit and kind of get a sense for what's happening. But as I said, focus is the bias is to the short side. If you can get up and see something like this, right? When you see it stalling at the tablet, see on the ES up here, that's a good setup. It runs up to tablet, goes to the little balance bar, so taking it low, comes back up again, hesitates, comes back up, and then you see that a little attempt to take it higher. A little attempt to take it higher, and then they start failing. That's your opportunity, something like that. You have plenty of time to get short, and it looks almost like you're going to break out to the upside. That gives you, if you're trading it from the short side, a pretty good setup. Trying to catch these V tops to the S's, difficult. And they in a market where it sells, a little pull back in and sells again, anyone's guess if it's going to go just a little bit or if it's going to run at 10 points, you know. So just be careful about that. And if you're willing to repair it, make sure you get in early on one, repair the tablet, have your stops outside the tablet, and if it runs across everything, then you'll just be out with a little bit of a loss on that stuff. So there you have it. So that's how we get started this Thursday. Tomorrow is Good Friday, Easter coming up. So I'm thinking that I'm not expecting a big rally going into the Easter weekend with all the stuff going on here. So expect more weakness. Trade is on the short side of the market, and then let's take it from there. You can see on the crypto side of it as well. Before I wrap that up, my crypto chart is still very much open. Oil cryptos are up. The oil is 110. So this is mad. This is kind of tracking the regular oil. So this is a contract. The crypto oil contract is trading the same as the regular oil contract, the same pricing. It just is different size contract, a little bit less volume on it. The silver contract also way down. Big move to the downside on silver. We're up, they're heading down in a big way, but you can see here they've been trading this quite a bit lower. So big move to the downside in silver as well, and they're kind of stalling right now. And the Bitcoin and Ethereum futures are flopping around, but all on to the downside. So big risk of moves in those as well. So back to the ES and the Nasdaq. And I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to wrap it there for now. But trade it from the short side to get started. Be mindful. Look at this, what's happening right now. This is exactly the fake out, right? So you're seeing all this opportunity. You get sloppy on the way down. You take 2 aggressive trades, and then they nail you like this. And that's what happens. If you try to get short on the way up here right now at the 65.10s or against the 65.11s, now you're at 18, 19. 20, 10 points against you right now, and you're hurting, right? So that's what you have to do that's what you have to contend with. So just trade with a lot of caution today, or just kind of watch it for a while and see where the market, if the market is going to keep going down, or if you're going to see some sort of a stall happening here. Alrighty, guys, we'll wrap it there. So I will not be opening the room on Friday, as I said. But we will do this as a full trading day today, so it has to wrap up the whole day as usual. Alrighty, guys, we'll leave it there. So good trading, guys, and I will see you back at 11:30 for the next update later.